Hello and welcome to Quiz Class. My name is Ellis and I'll be your host today for the General Knowledge Quiz. The questions are out of 50. Good luck. Let's get started. Question 1. Who is the author of the Harry Potter book series? Stephen King, J.K. Rowling or George R.R. Martin? And the answer there is J.K. Rowling. Question 2. What is the capital city of Mongolia? Astana, Tashkent, or Ulaanbaatar? The capital city of Mongolia is Ulaanbaatar. 3. Who wrote the novel 100 Years of Solitude? Georges Louis Borges, Isabelle Allende, or Gabriel Garcia Marquez? The answer there is Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Well done if you got that one. On to 4. Which American athlete won 4 gold medals in track and field at the 1984 Olympic Games? Carl Lewis, Jesse Owens, or Michael Johnson? And the answer there is Carl Lewis. 5. What was the name of the manned space mission in 1969 that successfully landed on the moon for the first time? And there's no multiple choices for this one, just have a go. The answer is Apollo 11. 6. No multiple choices again. What is the currency of Japan? The answer there is yen. 7. Which iconic video game character made its first appearance in the arcade game Donkey Kong in 1981? Mario, Pac-Man, or Sonic the Hedgehog? And the answer is Mario. Question 8. Which groundbreaking computer was released by Apple Inc. in 1984 featuring a graphical user interface and a mouse? Macintosh, Amiga 500, or Commodore 64? And the answer is Macintosh. 9. Which iconic jazz club opened in New York's 7th Avenue, Greenwich Village in 1935? The Bitter End, the Village Vanguard, or the Troubadour? And the answer to that one is the Village Vanguard. Question 10. Which influential activist and author wrote the book The Feminine Mystique? Betty Friedan, Angela Davis, or Gloria Steinem? And the answer is Betty Friedan. 11. Which iconic sports car known for its sleek design was introduced by Chevrolet in 1963? Pontiac GTO, Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, or Chevrolet Camaro? And the answer is the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. 12. Which civil rights activist and leader co-founded the Black Panther Party in 1966 with Bobby Seale? Huey P. Newton, Rosa Parks, or Malcolm X? And the answer is Huey P. Newton. 13. Which country is the leading producer of cocoa beans? And there is no multiple choices for this one. And the answer is Ivory Coast. 14. Which American movie featured a time-travelling DeLorean car and became a cult classic? No multiple choices here. And the answer is Back to the Future. On to question 15. Which international event was held in 1985 featuring performances by major music artists aimed to raise funds for famine relief in Africa? Band-Aid, Farm Aid, or Live Aid? And the answer is Live Aid. 16. Which handheld electronic toy allowed players to care for and raise virtual pets? Pogs, Furby, or Gigapets? And the answer is Gigapets. On to question 17. Which American singer-songwriter released the iconic song American Pie in 1971? Bob Dylan, Don McLean, or James Taylor? The song is American Pie, and Don McLean sang it. Question 18. What was the popular name given to the economic crisis that occurred in the 1970s? Recession of the 1970s, economic downturn, or stagflation? And the answer is stagflation. Which band released the album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band in 1967? The Beach Boys, the Rolling Stones, or the Beatles? That was question 19 and the answer was the Beatles. On to question 20 now. No multiple choices here. Which US state became the 49th state of the United States in 1959? The 49th state. And the answer is Alaska. How are you doing so far? 21. Who served as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1955 to 1957? And again, there are no multiple choices for this one. And the answer to that one is Anthony Eden. 22. What was the name of the famous boycott that took place in Montgomery, Alabama in 1959 to 56? Greensboro sit-ins, Montgomery bus boycott, or Selma to Montgomery march? And the answer is the Montgomery bus boycott. 23. Who won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in the film On the Waterfront in 1955? James Dean, Humphrey Bogart, or Marlon Brando? And the answer is Marlon Brando. 24. Which cigarette advertisement ban was implemented in the United States requiring warning labels on cigarette packages? Tobacco Control Act, Public Health Cigarette Smoking Act, or Federal Tobacco Regulation Act? And the answer is the Public Health Cigarette Smoking Act. 25. In 1972, the Watergate break-in occurred at the headquarters of which political party? Republican, Democratic, or Libertarian? The Watergate break-in. It was at the headquarters of the Democratic Party. Halfway through, on to question 26. Which famous band released the album The Dark Side of the Moon? The Beatles, Pink Floyd, or the Rolling Stones? The Dark Side of the Moon. It was released by Pink Floyd. 27. Who discovered the remains of the ancient city of Troy? Hiram Bingham, Howard Carter, or Heinrich Schliemann? And the answer is Heinrich Schliemann. 28. Who was the first black tennis player to win the singles title at Wimbledon and US Open? Serena Williams, Arthur Ashe, or Althea Gibson? And the answer is Althea Gibson. 29. Who was the leader of the Soviet Union at the beginning of the 1960s before being replaced by Leonid Brezhnev? Nikita Khrushchev, Mikhail Gorbachev, or Vladimir Lenin? And the answer is Nikita Khrushchev. 30. What was the name of the American civil rights activist and comedian known for his satirical and political humour during the 1960s? Dick Gregory, Bill Cosby, or Red Fox? And the answer is Dick Gregory. Question 31. Which American artist is known for his iconic Campbell's soup cans artwork created in the 1960s? Pablo Picasso, Jackson Pollock, or Andy Warhol? And the answer is Andy Warhol. 32. Which famous novel by J.D. Salinger was published in 1951? Lord of the Flies, The Catcher in the Rye, or 1984? And the answer there is The Catcher in the Rye. Well done if you got that one. 33. Which city was the capital of the Byzantine Empire? Athens, Alexandria, or Constantinople? And the answer is Constantinople. 34. Who discovered the law of gravity? Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, or Galileo Galilei? Who discovered the law of gravity? And the answer is Isaac Newton. 35. What Japanese automaker introduced the luxury brand Lexus in 1989? Honda, Toyota or Nissan? And the answer is Toyota. 36 now. What international environmental agreement was adopted in 1987 aiming to protect the ozone layer? Paris Agreement, Montreal Protocol or Rio Declaration? And the answer is Montreal Protocol. 37. What American crime drama series followed the lives of police officers Sonny and Rico as undercover detectives? Miami Vice, Hill Street Blues or The A-Team? Sonny and Rico are in Miami Vice. That's your answer. 38. Which American tennis player won a record-setting 56 consecutive matches in 1974? Chris Evert, Jimmy Connors or Bjorn Borg? And the answer is Chris Evert. 39. In 1979, which Islamic revolution took place leading to the establishment of an Islamic Republic? Iranian Revolution, the Russian Revolution, or Cuban Revolution? And the answer is Iranian Revolution. 40. Which African country gained independence from colonial rule in 1957, becoming the first in sub-Saharan Africa? Nigeria, Kenya, or Ghana? And the answer is Ghana. We've got 10 questions left. 41. Which iconic car model was first introduced by Ford in 1955? Ford Mustang, Ford Thunderbird, or Ford Escort? 1955. And the answer was the Thunderbird. 42. Which groundbreaking sitcom, known for its innovative camera techniques and live studio audience, debuted in 1951? The Twilight Zone, The Honeymooners, or I Love Lucy? And the answer is I Love Lucy. 43. Which American president signed the Helsinki Accords in 1975? Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, or Richard Nixon? And the answer is Gerald Ford. 44. Which terrorist group was responsible for the attack on the Israeli team during the Olympic Games in Munich? Red Army Faction, Black September, or Al-Qaeda? And the answer there is Black September. 45. Which American science fiction television series, created by Gene Roddenberry, aired in the late 60s and gained a cult following? The Outer Limits, The Twilight Zone, or Star Trek? And the answer is Star Trek. 46. Which American television sitcom, set in the 1970s, depicted the daily lives of the Cunningham family and their friends? The Brady Bunch, Happy Days, or All in the Family? And the answer is Happy Days. 47. What is the chemical formula for table salt? NaCl, CH4, or CO2? And the answer is NaCl. In Greek mythology, who was the god of wine? Dionysus, Pan, or Hermes? That was question 48 and the answer was Dionysus. 2 questions left. 49. Which musical duo released the hit song Dancing Queen in 1976? ABBA, Simon and Garfunkel, or The Carpenters? And the answer is ABBA. 50. What is the tallest waterfall in the world? Niagara Falls, Angel Falls, or Iguazu Falls? The tallest waterfall in the world. And the answer to that last question is Angel Falls. Time for a bonus question. Who painted the famous artwork Mona Lisa? Let us know your answer to that one in the comments and let us know how many points you got out of 50. Thank you very much for playing today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications on any new videos. You can play some of these other quizzes as well in the meantime. I've been Ellis and I've been your host. Thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.